Welcome back to the Workbench, where Uncut, we try to make things. And what we're trying to make right now is Revell's 1971 Mach 1 Mustang. And this is for the Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine group build. And what I'm doing is taking a Roush motor out of a different kit, kind of kit bashing it into this Mustang kit. And because of that, we've had issues with basically all the cross members down here. Now, in between episodes, this bench update is going to be a little shorter because I didn't get a lot done, as you can already see. But what I did get done in between episodes was I was able to, well, paint up these cross members and get them glued in. Now, if you remember right, this is basically all shaved out underneath here. Let me go to the lower camera. This has been all shaved out in here so that we can get this Roush motor to fit into the engine bay, essentially, so it'll sit low enough. The problem is that these cross members, because of these long tube headers, it was pushing it too high. Well, we've got that all shaved out. I got it glued in. This paint is actually still a little wet, so I don't want to touch it too much, but I did go ahead and paint up our aftermarket disc brakes and calipers. Now, this is where we need these to be able to set our ride height, essentially, or where our wheels are going to sit. So the original, if you remember right, and if you need to get caught up, by the way, there's a playlist down in the description if you want to get caught up on these episodes. But originally there was just a circle plate right here where the old wheels would just glue to that. Essentially had a peg and you would glue it on there. So I had to shave that down. As you can see, I did that in between episodes, just kind of shaved down the edges. Hopefully you can see that. Everything's so black here, it probably all blends together. But I had to shave that down because we need room for the calipers. And the other thing I want to mention too is, I believe on a stock Mach 1 Mustang, the brake calipers are on the back side, which I think usually is where they do reside. I can't go on the back side of because it hits our tie rods here. So I'm going to move. I guess this is an okay thing to do. I'm going to move our brake calipers to the front side of the car, I guess, the front side of the rotors. That way they're not hitting anything and they'll fit in there. Hopefully you can see if I can get my fat fingers out of the way here. You can see what I'm talking about, but I did have to cut that down. So I shaved this down. It used to be round out there and it would hit the caliper. Now these will fit nicely in place. And what we're going to have to do as soon as this all dries up, which is not dry now, we're going to set the height of where this is going to go. I'm just going to glue these straight onto whatever we want to call these. We'll call them the backing plate, brake backing plates. I don't know. We'll make up something for it. I'm just going to glue them straight on there with them centered where they need to be, and then at the height that we want them to be. And I'm going to wait for all this to dry. Well, you can already see I'm rubbing paint off. In fact, I'm probably rubbing it onto the back of the rotor. So for demonstration purposes, that's okay. I'll go back and repaint these, the back sides at least. But yeah, so we'll set that height. And then the wheels, which I have ground down. So I ground the inside of these down. Let me show you this is the back wheels. You can see it used to have this, I don't know what we want to call it, a standoff, I guess we'll say. And it actually has like a grommet in there where it used to, in the model this came from a Mercedes model. It would plug onto a peg and then you could spin the tire wheels if you wanted. That I had to grind out of here. So you can see I very carefully ground that down all the way flush. I kept kind of setting the rotors in there, and it took it all the way down to flush is where it needed to be. I think to get the offset, we're gonna, to get enough for this to fit in far enough. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this in here, like so, and then the wheel is gonna glue to that. And hopefully everything is correct. If I have to end up, I think everything should be correct, because what we don't want to do is we glue this in, right? In fact, let's set it here and see what happens. I'm just going to kind of set it right there. Will this wheel sit down onto the rotor? Yes, I believe so. Are we hitting? We are just slightly hitting. We are just slightly hitting the fender well in here. So I'm going to have to look at that a little bit. We might be higher than we're supposed to be too. I don't know. Where is this actually kind of sitting, right? It's going to be about right. I've kind of looked at this a few times. It's going to sit about right there. Now when I set that on there, I think it's going to be okay. And we're going to definitely be well enough inboard of the fender wells to look to be good. And hopefully you guys can kind of see the red rotors through there and these new big, or the red calipers, I should say, sorry. And the new big rotors just fill out the wheel. Hopefully there's enough light there somewhere you can see that on camera. Let me show it up top, it might be better. But anyways, that's where we're at. But I need to wait for this to glue up a little bit because I don't want to make a mess of it. Did I say glue up? I need it to dry up. I'm not sure what I just said there. And then once we have the rotor set, I'm not actually going to put the wheels on. I'll make sure that everything fits. But I want to go ahead and put in the engine before we put the wheels on. But I'm still working on the engine. You can see I've started the first step for wiring up the spark plugs is, well, I put the distributor in. So I put the distributor in, and I actually drilled the spark plug holes. But I don't have, here's the problem, I forgot to order some 90-degree boot plugs for the wire. So basically I've looked online, and most of these Roush motors, they just pull the wires right up against the valve covers and then real tight to the engine block, and then they go back like this, right? And where's something I can point with? Right through here, just real tight up against all this, and then real tight around the valve covers here. And so you need a 90-degree spark plug boot to make that happen. And the Tandem C Television's ordering department forgot to place the order for those. I forgot to place the order for those. But I did, but at least the research department, which is me with Google, did see how to run the wire. So at least they got something right over there in the over there in the offices of Tandem C Television. But so that's gonna have to wait. I have no idea how long it'll take to get those here. So the motor's kind of waiting. So now we're back waiting with this. But what I thought we could do for right now with the Let's Get to Work segment of this is let's go ahead and paint up. I wanted to go ahead and just see how this is going to look. I think some of these steering components need to not be black. I mean, the instructions themselves call for them not to be, to be painted silver or something to that effect. So I thought, and just to add some color to this, everything is really just black. So what I thought we would do together is try to just paint some of this up real quick. Let me make sure I'm in frame there. And then what I thought we'd do, let's see. So probably all this should be, just looking at it, let me get some paint going here. Yeah, and I don't want to go like bright silver. I just want to, this is, what actually color is this? I think it's just silver, like metallic gray. There we go. I'm kind of using what I have. We're going to go metallic gray. I think we'll just paint all this up, and then I might come back. I think I'll leave the steering arm there black. The steering arm right here, if you can even see it, it's a really short little steering arm. I'll leave it black, but this guy, we're going to do the metallic gray. Again, just to give, well, one, I mean, the instructions do call for it, do call for this to be painted. I'm going to leave that black also, which I don't know if that's like I don't know what you call that. Is it like a Fitment arm or something? I don't know what you'd call that. But what I think I'll do, I'm going to paint the tie rods here. Let's see, where do they go to? About right here, because I'll leave the steering knuckles and whatnot. I'm going to leave that black, but I just want to try and get just these pieces here. All the connecting parts, Yeah, that's part of that. And then I'm trying to finish a sentence I've started 8 times now. And then I think I'll go back and like touch in the bushings, just flat black. I think. I don't know. What color bushings? I mean, usually bushings are just black, but I know some of the aftermarket stuff might be red but I'll probably just, I don't know. I'll see. I'll look up. I'll go back to the research department, the Google machine, and I don't know, see what color bushings kind of everybody's running on forward front ends. So right there. And I think that's going to add just the slightest of, you know, just something, some contrast in this black. I'm trying not to hit any of the black I don't want to. Yeah, and I think that's gonna be a lot better. And then of course, let me come in from the top side also, because obviously you probably will be able to see this somewhat from up top here. Yeah, obviously the motor is gonna sit right in here on top of all this, but as soon as you don't paint it, it will be seen. So I always say, you know, paint even what you don't think is going to be seen, because you never know once things get put together. It's a little hard to get in here. There. Then the bar coming across. Here we go. Probably could have painted this before I put it in. Would have been a lot easier. That's okay. Still get to it. This makes it more fun, more of a challenge. Just, yeah, like that. And let me make sure we get it right in there. I think that's going to be good. I think I'm going to leave, yeah, I'm going to leave, most of the time anti-sway bars are black, so I'm going to leave that black. The steering linkages, a lot of times they're like a, kind of like a gunmetal color a lot of the time. At least ones that I've used, I guess, I don't know. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Yeah, and that just adds, and I think we're going to end up painting the fuel tank probably the same color, but I'm going to spray that. I don't want to hand brush it. I want that to come out a little smoother. This is a little rough, but I think it's okay on that front end. Those front end parts, they get gummed up, dirty. They always have. They're never like a, you know, if the car's ever been driven, they're never like a smooth. I've lost my. Well, I'll just leave that in the water for now. Sorry, I was trying to clean my brush and I've lost my rag. But I think that'll help out a lot. Now, next time we get together, I hope to have. Well, I don't hope to. I'm going to have the brake calipers on. I'll have set the ride height. We'll be able to look at that. If I need to make any adjustments, I'll do that too. If I need any, if I have to put in a small spacer, I can. I have plenty of styrene I can use to make a little spacer to push this out just a hair if need be. Yeah, I'll probably go back in and touch up. I'll use some black to put in. I see some spots I missed too, so I'll touch up the paint I just did once I'm off camera. But I'll do the black bushings and whatnot. And we're still waiting on parts. So I think next also we'll have that done. So we need to start addressing the back end now. The rear end, I believe, is probably where we need to go next. So we'll have the front end set as far as its ride height. Then we'll start working on the back end when we get back together tomorrow. So a little bit of a short update, not a whole lot of an update. I wasn't able to get a lot done, but got some important stuff done. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying this build. I hope you kind of enjoyed the process, at least my thought processes. It probably can drive you a little crazy too, the way I think, but I hope you're enjoying watching the process. If you are, hit subscribe down below. We're pushing in on 10,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit that. I don't know, maybe sometime this year. Probably pushing it, but I'd love to. So if you enjoy this, hit that subscribe button. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later. Ring the bell, leave the comments, hit the likes, do all those things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.